Okay.
Okay.
So, like, what's your name?
Lisa Johnson.
Hi, Lisa.
Okay, so basically, I asked you to come over because I want to share my story of a mother with a child that has post-traumatic stress disorder, has extreme depression and extreme anxiety, and is a cutter and a self-harmer, and deals with a lot of anxiety and depression, and has very, very low self-esteem. Um, it's really hard as a mom to deal with that, to see that, because as a mom, you want to protect. You want your child okay. You don't want them to hurt. You don't want to feel that, you don't want to see them feeling bad and depressed and having anxiety so bad that they don't know what to do, they don't realize what they're doing. My daughter blacks out, and you can't get her out of it. And if you try to touch her when she's in, I call it her dark stage. And literally, when I say dark stage, I literally mean dark stage. She will have no color whatsoever to her eyes. Her pupils will go completely black. Her whole eye will go completely black, like she's possessed by a demon. And you can't touch her, you can't talk to her, and all she does is hyperventilate. When she gets in those stages, I am terrified because if she gets anything sharp, she will cut. She will hurt herself. A few weeks ago, we had an incident where she relapsed after 7 months of being cut free, and she cut both of her arms from here to here. And it was the most scariest thing I've ever seen, because I've never actually seen fresh cut marks on her. And to give you a little inside story on me, I was an abused child, and I have attempted to commit suicide. I have taken pills and tried to end my life. I have sliced my arms and almost bled out. My father saved my life. He walked in my room and put a trachea on me and rushed me to the hospital. So to see my child, which is my miracle child, because I'm not supposed to have children, to do that, it is the most hardest, gut-wrenching thing in the world. You lose sleep. You can't sleep because you're constantly getting up, constantly checking on your child, making sure that they're still alive. I lock her medications up because I don't know, she swears up and down that she would never do that, because experience for me, trying to overdose yourself on pills is one of the most painful things that you can ever do. It hurts so bad. That would be the worst way to ever commit suicide. Ever. It hurts bad. To get your stomach pumped, to get this tube down your throat, get that charcoal down you, for them to get all those pills out of you, it's horrid. It is absolutely horrid. So, my way of protecting my child and hoping that she doesn't go down some of the steps that I did when I was younger, I lock her medications away. I give her her daily medications. Every morning she gets up, she has a cup with what she's supposed to take for that morning. Before she goes to bed, I hand her her medications. I don't really let her go to anybody's house and stay the night. for any long period of times unless I actually really know the parents, because I don't want to take a chance of her having a moment and it's just like, you know what, my mom's not around, perfect time, let me end it. And I know she doesn't want to end it. I know she doesn't. She's very open to me. She comes to me, tells me everything. And I'm one of those moms that anybody comes to me and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, I will get you the help that you need. I know all the resources. I know all the places that you can go. And I know of the places that you may go to and they say, oh, I'm sorry, you need to fill out a packet before you can see it. BS. I know the loops around it. I can get you help right then and there. I also have my almost 10-year-old little boy that has been suffering from bullying ever since kindergarten. He has extreme ADHD, and a lot of people don't understand that with him. They think that basically he's a little jerk, or he's mean. It's not that. He's the most sweetest little boy that you could ever meet. Very caring, very loving, and just, he has a heart of gold. He really does. And he had one time in, I can't remember if it was, I believe it was in kindergarten. A little boy came up to him on the playground. It was either kindergarten or first grade. Came up to him on the playground, didn't like him, hit him dead in his eye, broke his glasses. His glasses cut him. He has a scar below his eye. And the lovely principal at the school that he was going to at the time wouldn't do a damn thing about it. So my son still suffers from a scar right there. From all the bullying and everything, my son stutters now. Out of control. We've tried speech therapy, we've tried everything, but because his anxiety gets so bad and everything in his little brain, and that's part of his ADHD, his little brain goes faster than what he can say, he stutters. He never stuttered until he started getting bullied. The reason why I do not have my son on medication for ADHD is we tried it, and I walked into his room with him trying to hang himself. I'd rather put up with a child with ADHD than have a dead child. So, yes, this mom deals with a lot. I have been, from everything that I deal with all the time, I had a nervous breakdown. I'm on medication now to help it. I'm on depression meds and I'm on anxiety meds. And kids, please, if you guys are really down, really depressed, I don't know what your family life is like, but there is people out there to talk to. Go to a friend. Go to a friend's mother, a friend's father. I'm one of those moms that's willing to take any kid and listen to them, give them a shoulder to cry on, give them a safe place, a warm meal. I will not turn a child away whatsoever, even though I have my own problems. Yes, I deal with a lot. But, like you kids, I hate saying the cliche, oh, cutting is just a phase. Cutting's not a phase. It's not a phase. It's been around for years. I was born in 1974. My stepmother is 10 years older than me. So 1964, she used to be a cutter. Okay? Alcoholism, drugs, not a solution to your problems. Really not. And everything. Believe me, I know. I was a drug addict too. Because of when I was abused when I was a child, I didn't feel loved. So I went and looked for love in other ways. And my other ways was drinking. I started off drinking. I started off smoking pot. I went from pot to cocaine. I went from cocaine to crank. And then I went to LSD. The person that saved my life is my husband that I have today, which was my best friend in high school. Because of him, I have 2 beautiful children. I am drug-free. And I love my life. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, it's hard to have a child that is suicidal. Yes, it's very hard to have a child that has ADHD extremely bad. And yes, there's days I want to kill him. But I would never, ever change anything in my life. Ever. My children are the most greatest gifts to me. I love them very much, and I will do anything and everything for them. My advice for the children that do cut, and I'm so sorry that you guys go through that, and I know the reasons behind it. It's a release. It's not that you guys actually want to cut. It's you guys want to forget about the pain right then and there. And it helps you, and it releases the pain for the moment. Instead of cutting, when you guys have the urge to cut, try this. It works for a little while. I know it doesn't work completely, but it does work. Put rubber bands around your wrist. When you have the urge to cut, pull those suckers and let them go. It hurts as hell, but it gives you the urge. It takes away the wanting to cut. It does work. Okay? I have been told this by a psychologist. It does work. I've tried it on my daughter. It works. That's a phone calls and everything.
That was fun.
I don't know you kids. I know some of the kids that came into my life. I know Taylor. I love her to death.
Thank you.
But I've had quite a few kids come into my life, and I love every single one of them. Will never turn my back on them. Yes, you guys may piss me off, and I am one of those moms that I will tell you, you are screwing up.
Yeah, definitely.
But I will never ever turn my back on you guys. I don't care what time it is. It could be freaking 3 o'clock in the morning. You need me, I'm there. So, you guys don't know me, but I'm one of those moms with the biggest hearts in the world. And I am very cushy and very huggy. And I will always, always have an ear, a shoulder, and arms to hold for you guys.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
That was amazing.